What is up, guys? It is Josh back with a pre-market edition of JF Trading. Hope all is well. This is the daily 1-minute chart on the SPYs. As you can see, we're at the highs. We are just hanging out here on the footsteps door right here at the stock market highs. Let's see what kind of trading action we get today in the markets. The last couple of weeks have been very, very, very low volume. And low volume, I mean low trading volume, meaning that there's just aren't a lot of people trading. A lot of the HFTs and the algos are sitting on the sides. So if you can kind of see, this is where we're at right now in the overall markets. I'm trying to get you a good view because this volume profile kind of screws up the perception of the charts itself. But I'm going to zoom out of that. I had a couple of people recommend a few stocks overnight, so I'm going to dive into those. First, it was MZOR. Now, this stock is quite the mover. It's had a clear range from around the 20 to 26 level. Traded there briefly for a few months last year, and now we are just parabolic. We are not necessarily parabolic. We are just straight up, and the stock's running, and it has no interest in stopping. It just cracked this high of 37.40, 37.50 yesterday. So technically speaking, we're trading in a new range now. So you could even put a pivot there. It's interesting to see stocks like these robotics companies really start to take off. I think it's only a matter of time before they are really, really in favor on the street as a whole, rather than just fringe names that, pajama traders buy up. But as you can see, I mean, the 50% inflection point is obviously at the $26 level. Could be even a little below, or you could argue that it's around the 24.5 level. This stock's run a lot. I really have nothing else to say other than you should probably take some profits. This thing is not going to continue running like this. If it does, it'll be I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's one of those silly names where if you were an institutional investor and you really wanted to invest in this stock and it ran like this, you'd be upset because you don't want to buy these inflated multiples or prices. It's not worth, it defeats the purpose. So that was MZOR. I had someone recommend KITE as well, KITE Pharma. It's funny, all of you guys online, you all trade the same kind of stocks. You have to realize that a lot of people realize that the retail investors are trading these insane stocks with low floats, and they send them up or send them down in the morning. They make it really hard for retail investors to get out. Excuse me, to kill your positions. But this is another one. I mean, just look how variable the price has been over the last couple of years. This thing has had a hard time finding a true foothold in terms of asset pricing. That leads me to believe that there are a lot of mixed feelings about this stock. A lot of people like it higher, a lot of people like it lower. Yesterday was a big down day. But we traded down pre-market. Then we had a couple of big selling off tails in the regular session, and then we're just trading flat as of the open right now. This is a stock to definitely be careful of in regards to a technical level. You could argue that the gap to fill is definitely one of them around the $63 level, and then even at the tail of this second day up, which is always a good sign in my opinion, when there's a lot of price variability on the second move higher. So the low of that day could be a decent support level to identify. So you can keep an eye on that. That's around $67 flat. So that's an interesting level. Last but not least, I had someone recommend PANW. PANW has, and obviously it's Palo Alto. This is obviously one of the more favorite names in the market. I used to trade this very extensively when I was a full-time professional trader. But we are trading towards the lows, really, of this inflated range we've been at since the beginning of January 2015. Investors have slowly brought the stock price down, and that could be for a number of reasons. It could be for missing earnings. It could be for lack of management or leadership. There's so many reasons why a stock trades higher or trades lower. It's almost sometimes hard to identify why. But we can see how we've been having this slowly trending down wedge. We're kind of getting some buying pressure here, so this is a decent sign in my opinion. I like to see a certain leg up crack a significant level. That is the 50% inflection point of that move. So definitely a good move in Palo Alto. Keep an eye on it. I'm not sure how much momentum this thing has. The volume's been down quite a bit, hasn't been trading that much volume, so that's always a cause for concern. Overall, though, I think the markets are going to be trading flat for a little while. We're really just waiting on some news and some announcements out of the world to really, determine whether or not the stock market deserves to be higher or deserves to be lower. So this is crude. This is the daily chart on crude. Crude's also bouncing a little bit here. We're gapping up for a second day. So let's see where we head. Definitely an idea to keep small size. Do not be going too big. The SPYs have been trading on very light volume. So there's just not a lot of action. So why don't we all be voyeurs and sit on the sidelines and just wait for the next trigger to enter a trade. And that way we have some certainty with our risk reward. Appreciate you guys watching. I hope I covered everything. If I messed anything up, please comment down below. Any suggestions, also please comment down below. Would love to run through some stocks and help you guys out with some analysis. Thanks for watching, guys.